I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, back. Hey, y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Camry, and you're watching Camry Music TV. And I'm back to do an Insecure review, but this one's a little different. It is the review of Insecure The End documentary. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video and share this video with all of your friends and comment your thoughts. We are discussing the series as a whole and the documentary specifically. Last night was heavy, y'all. It was heavy. When that documentary turned on, first of all, it was hard to find. I don't know why. I don't know why it was taking so long to find the documentary. But when it came on, my friend and I were like, oh my gosh, this is really over. Like, we saw so many tears and, you could tell they were genuine. It was just like, dang, like, this is truly an end of an era. And the thing about it is, too, so many of us grew up. Like, this show has been on 6 years, 6 years. That would put me right at 24, 25. So we grew with the show as well. Like, as these actors and actresses grew, we grew as well. So I don't know. There's a couple things I want to discuss. So they put out this documentary to show us kind of like the origin of Insecure, like how it all started, where it came from. We know Issa Rae from Awkward Black Girl on YouTube. All of us YouTubers, like, Issa Rae's a blueprint because she had this series and she didn't wait for somebody to give her something or give her access into something. She just made it her own, did all of her things, and then went from that to getting picked up by HBO. So when you hear that she had this show and they were like, oh yeah, HBO wants to do it, right? And it was just about her in her workplace and navigating all the nuances and all of the different microaggressions that are there as a dark-skinned Black woman in Inglewood and, all these different things. It was like, I guess she got in there and was, trying to figure out how to pitch it exactly, but was discussing her friendship with her friend, who I guess Molly was inspired by, right? And it was really funny and comical. And so it ended up becoming this whole show, and she didn't even anticipate that happening. And that's what I'm saying about blessings. A lot of times you think that you have to have it all together before you can be really used by God and placed in the place where you're supposed to be. But I don't think it's that. I think that all you have to do is all you have to have is the vision, right? The vision and the willingness and the commitment has to be there. And then the other things will start to fall in line. So when you hear that she pretty much came up with this show, when she's trying to pitch this other show, you really start to appreciate Insecure more because you're like, wow, like I really thought that you were just pitching Insecure. But no, it was birthed in you just naturally having this conversation about your own life, right? And so she says that over the years, she wanted to add all these different aspects of her own life and how the show panned out. And from the beginning, it was always about the friend group. It was always about this love story between her and Molly. Yes, Lawrence was a plus and all these things, but Prentice shared that Issa said she didn't want Issa to end up with Lawrence in the end because it just wasn't good. It wasn't going to be good for Issa. She wanted more for her. She wanted change for her. And then as the story went on and things that she learned and realized, she was like, you know what? It might be okay. It might be okay for second chances. And that's the thing that you learn in your 30s or learn as you go on. Like, you have your list early on where you're like, this person is not measuring up. They're not meeting my expectations. My life isn't going how I thought it would go, how I wanted it to go. And then when you start to get things in order, you can circle back to that and you realize like the love that's there, the connection that's there, even if it don't make sense to nobody else, outweighs and is more important to you than all of the other mess, right? So, so you see a lot of that revealed in how they shot things and different interviews from different people, right? You saw some of the original like casting of like Molly and how she was casted on the show, and she discussed like her audition, and then Lawrence thinking that he was auditioning for Daniel. I guess he did audition for Daniel and Lawrence, and they liked him for Lawrence better, right? And Amanda Seales, I said Lawrence, Jay Ellis, and Yvonne Orji, and then Amanda Seales and her origin thing, and then realizing that Natasha Rothwell directed, wrote, and acted on the show. So it was a triple threat, got all these credits, right? And then seeing that they picked up these writers on like from Howard or Hampton, I think, who had won these competitions and got to move to LA and become PAs or showrunners assistants. Like those are huge opportunities, and that's the one, like probably the biggest thing that we like about Issa Rae, right? She always reaches back. She's always putting into people who are not as known because she has a village. She understands where she comes from. She understands who put her where she's at. So even with all these insecurities, when you're a champion of the people, I feel like you're always going to come out on top. Okay. So some of the standout things that I feel like a lot of us, the reasons why a lot of us like the show, they reveal to us, right? Like a big thing, a huge thing for me was the natural hair. When this show first started, Issa had like a low mini fro, like when you do the big chop, which is a myth. Okay. You ain't got to cut all your hair off. But she had the low fro, and so many people were against natural because it just was not. Now, mind you, this is like 5-6 years ago. Y'all was not all brown skin girl, black girl magic back then. Sorry, y'all, I'm hot. Back then, we was not. Like, I was perming the mess out of my hair. Perming it. And so, to see this girl with natural hair on this show, it didn't hit as hard that first season because it was just like it's still short or whatever. But as the show started developing, she had this hairstylist who we found out worked on the behind the scenes of Martin, on those cast members, and she would create just some of the most eloquent, beautiful, unique, just bad styles. Bad like good, not bad. Right. And it just made you want to have natural hair. Issa Rae made natural hair look cool and fresh and fun and just helped us appreciate just our natural hair more. Now, there were other things that ushered it in, right? This whole Black Girls Rock, this Black Girl Magic thing, and Brown Skin Girl, and the Crown Act, like all of these things helped us appreciate and love, and seeing yourself on social media, seeing different celebrities embrace that, and different oils, and like we really have fully in the last 5 to 6 years fully tapped into loving the Black woman in the way that she needs to be loved and putting it out there. Yes, it probably happened in your household. Yes, it probably happened within self, but representation has been so present. It has been so present that Issa Rae's natural hairstyles really were monumental on this show. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know at least for me, a lot of my hairstyles, a lot of the things that I love about natural hair come from seeing her on screen, who is a darker skinned woman who has 4C hair, right? Celebrate her hair, right? So let me see. Another huge thing was the wardrobe, honey. A lot of my outfits are inspired by Insecure wardrobe. This is not one. This is a gym outfit. Look, calm down, okay? But the styles and how fresh they were, and the patterns and the colors, and how they laid on us, the way Molly dressed, the way Tiffany dressed, like everybody had their own unique lane. Everybody had their own unique personality that was carved out. The way the men dressed on the show, amazing. I feel like it wasn't on TV. You have Blackish. Blackish is a good example of like the colors that they put on us and the cinematography there, but there's no one on there. Tracy Ellis Ross rocks the natural hairstyles, right? But Marsai Martin does not. She has like, it'll be pressed, or she'll have like a straight bob or whatever it is. And Yara Shahidi, who is biracial, rocks her natural hair as well. But a 4C natural hair, I'm sorry, I'm still tapping into the hair lane. But the styles, the Hillman sweaters, the different type of screen teas of different pop culture items and Black culture. Seeing the read on there, so a podcast that we've been listening to for 8+ years, like things like that were so pertinent to the culture. Just understanding, like, we are the blueprint. We are the blueprint. Come on, like that was everything, right? Let me see what else. I also saw that Issa wanted to shoot this somewhere that wasn't all where a light wasn't shown, right? When we see movies and shows about LA, it's always about Hollywood or like the hood, right? And so she said she wanted to go in between with Inglewood. She talked about the gentrification and how, when they started showing like actual landmarks of Inglewood, how they started to become gentrified or they got more attention on them and different reviews. And she said how it was a blessing and a curse. I'm like, anytime you can put a whole city on the map like that, like I'm not saying Inglewood wasn't known prior to that, but to a lot of people, like LA is just LA, and LA doesn't have, or if you're from California, you're just automatically from LA. Trust me, I'm not from LA. I'm from Victorville, California. But for some reason, growing up in high school, people would just be like, oh, she's from LA. And then even saying you're from LA, like there's West LA, East LA, South LA, there's Compton, there's Inglewood, there's Watts, there's South Central, there's Baldwin Hills, there's so many parts. There's Orange County, like lots of different parts of LA. So she wanted to have it there. Now, last week, I don't even think I got to tell y'all. Last week, me and my best friend got to visit, not last week, the week before. What's today's date, child? Today's the 27th. Last week was the 20th. So we went on that Saturday before that. So like Saturday the 18th. We went to the Hilltop, which is Issa's, the Hilltops or Hilltops. We went to Issa's coffee shop where, remember, she shot that scene with Molly and Contracepted. Okay, yeah. It was super nice. We had the soul bowl. It was like nice ambiance. She had like green plants. I wanted merch, but I was like, oh, it's tight. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be up in here buying. I do want some Insecure merch. Like in the documentary when they had them green sweatsuits on, I was like, where can I get one? Where can I get one? But it was super nice to be up in there, and I'm super proud of Issa because she's flipping it. She's flipping the bag. It's more than just the show. Like she has merch, she has her coffee shop she's built, she has her production company, she has I think she started a recording company, right? So she has different things. Okay, so she definitely put Inglewood in a different light, shown in a different way, and we love and appreciate her for that as well. The next conversation is how she put all these different actors and actresses on and writers. I think we've kind of discussed that, but hearing their backstory and their origin was kind of just even more like heart-wrenching. Like, wow, like y'all really had all these doors opened for you. You had all these opportunities. And it's so funny to hear how they didn't know or didn't realize like the impact of Insecure and how the Dunes is now the new Hollywood sign, and didn't really understand like how big it was getting or how big it was going to be after season 1. Lawrence and Tasha was a huge thing. The Lawrence Hive was born. Team Nathan was born. Like lots of different things. The blow up between Molly and Issa was a huge thing. Like they were trending every week. Like I feel like that they had so many high moments that they didn't mind like taking their foot off the pedal, so to speak, with like, I guess, I don't want to say quality, but with like, I guess, details for this last season. Like it very much felt like a tie it up in a bow, that last episode. But just to see all the blood, sweat, and tears, and how Issa was just awake all these hours and working. And, they were shooting that one fight scene at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., all the laughs and all of the, like them saying that they feel like family and how they'll never forget this. Like, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And so to know, like, they started the series 6 years ago, to see that glow up, honey, Lawrence sitting on that couch, working at Best Buy. he had a long road. I'm talking about went from busted and disgusted and couldn't be trusted to looking like $1,000,000. Okay? Okay. Issa had her glow up as well. Molly had her glow up. Kelly had her glow up. Tiffany kind of looked the same, but everybody kind of had their glow up. It was cool to see like the table reads. I was like, oh, I always forget that they do stuff like this. So that's why when people are like, oh, I don't like this, it seems rushed. It's like, how rushed could it be when they had to write, sit in a writer's room, all discuss it all together. I was looking in the mirror, but y'all are over here. All discuss it together, shoot it, sit at the table read, shoot it, multiple takes, edit it, read. Like, how rushed could it be? Like, a part of it feels not so rushed as much as it is like intentional. Like, we want you to feel this way. We want you guys to be arguing or feeling unsettled at the end, because that's life. Like, you're not fully settled, you're not fully satisfied until you've chosen. And then even in your choice, everybody ain't gonna be pleased or happy with your choice, but it's your choice. So y'all, the documentary had me feeling so full and so hopeful, because it was like, dang, like, you really can, because she's not super young, but also like she's always gone after what she wanted to do. And even in that YouTube series, it was like she kept doing it because she knew like this is essentially what she loves and what drives her. And for all of us out there, that's what should be driving us as well. Like, at the very least, do what you love to the best of your abilities. Get your bills paid, right? But don't just be out here sitting here thinking that you're inadequate or you'll fail or you won't be able to do it, because there's a reason for everything and you should be fulfilling your purpose. Don't sit down on that. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me as well. And it can be hard. It's a life stuff comes up, right? But look at how many opportunities she created for people around her, and she was not even trying to do that. That's what we love about Issa. She's so humble. Kendrick, I feel like he's such a like force in the way that he speaks. That's Nathan's character. In the way that he speaks, he has all this behind the scenes footage of the cast and crew, and it's just funny because he's Nathan, but not really. Like, he just seems like a lot closer to everyone than his actual like character is. But I don't know, y'all. I'm just gonna miss the show. I'm gonna miss Sunday nights. Now, P Valley will be back. It needs to come on. And I think for a minute it's just gonna feel like Insecure just went off and it'll be back next year. But I'm just like, it's really just done. It's really over. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, I'm listening to Fran and Crystal on Insecurity. It just honestly felt like it's just another season over and they'll be back. But I need merch. I need all of the things. The little Dunes hoodie that y'all had, I need it. I need all of the things, because if y'all gonna be gone, this hair is so funny feeling, but it looks so full. If y'all gonna be gone, give us something to miss you. Like, give us Insecure, all of the episodes on DVD, which I don't have. I don't even own a DVD player no more. My husband got a PlayStation, but we need something. Let me know your thoughts on the documentary, on the entire series. What were some standout moments for you? I'll tell you, when Lawrence got down with Tasha, that was a huge moment. When when Issa cheated with Daniel and Lawrence saw it in the party and then went off in the apartment, that was a huge moment. Molly trying to square up at Issa's event, that was a huge moment. Lots of huge moments. The Coachella episode was a huge moment. Nathan and Issa in this pool, like, lots of moments. And I'm happy for them, but I'm sad. Let me know, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'm Cameray. This is Cameray Music TV. And I'll see you guys next time. I almost messed that up. Bye.